Thank you, Rabbi, and good morning, everyone. Hello, Lashana Tovah and Yom Tov on this, our Day of Atonement. I am Jeff Gorelick, and along with Larry Brooks, make up the law firm of Brooks and Gorelick. No, that's right. We serve as co-presidents of our beloved congregation, Shir, Shalom. We heard from Larry on Rosh Hashanah, and among other topics, he recounted what Shir Shalom has meant to him and his family over the last 16 years. He and his wife, Jessica, a Jew by choice, were welcomed with open arms. His daughters, Abigail and Madison, received their Jewish education here with their friends. Adjectives he used to describe Shir Shalom, among others, included comfortable, warm, inclusive, and caring. Mark Sheridan, a fellow congregant, incidentally a real lawyer, and one of our vice presidents, in describing his Jewish journey on Rosh Hashanah, spoke of the congregation's warmth and acceptance of his interfaith marriage and the fact that this has become their family's spiritual home. My wife, Margie, co-president of the Sisterhood, give her a little dab there, and our 4 children, now adults, and I have called this place our spiritual home since 1994. But like many of you, that is an understatement and does not tell the whole story. This is where we celebrated 4 B'nai Mitzvot, where as a family we spend countless high holidays, Shabbats, and other holidays in prayer and observance. My children, all products of our religious school, confirmation, and BBYO, are all attending services today at their own synagogues, and 3 each send their children, our grandchildren, to Jewish preschool. I am certain that their experience at Shir Shalom and previously TSI is partly responsible for their present commitment to Judaism as adults. Sadly, but a part of the life cycle, we have, over the last few years, experienced sorrow at the loss of my parents and Margie's dad. Here at Shir Shalom is where we receive the spiritual and emotional support offered by Rabbi Reiner, Cantor Debbie, and our fellow congregants that softened those losses and facilitated our healing process. Whether at our home conducting services during Shiva or in Shul, the warmth of this congregation's embrace was an unforgettable and invaluable source of healing. What is the commonality of these 3 stories? It's these adjectives: warmth, support, caring, inclusive, and vital. It is where many of our family's most important life cycle events have occurred. It is where I can express that important part of my being, I am a Jew, in a safe and physically and spiritually beautiful setting with my community. In my personal Jewish version of It's a Wonderful Life, I wonder what life would be like without Shir Shalom, this sacred place. Where would I have experienced that joy and sorrow, that celebration and support, at times planned but often unexpected? But even when the unexpected need arises, Shir Shalom and our clergy are here for us. In the Talmud, it states, as my parents planted for me, so do I plant for those who will come after me. Tzedakah, righteous giving, is a part of the foundation of the Jewish religion in our culture. It's a form of social justice and incumbent upon each and every Jew as part of Tikkun Olam, our duty to repair and improve the world. The giver benefits as much or more than the recipient. We have a collective responsibility, all of us, to assure the financial and spiritual health and well-being of Shir Shalom. It is imperative that the nightmare of my Jewish version of It's a Wonderful Life never comes to pass. The reality is that despite our dues and the honest effort of staff and volunteer lay leadership to be fiscally responsible, Shir Shalom typically has greater than $100,000 annual operating deficit. Those who provide us goods and services do not say, "You're good guys doing good deeds. Forget that bill. We'll pay you next time. You'll pay us next time." Nor should they. Unexpected costs, such as our recent boiler failure and its replacement, costing about $70,000, occur and are unexpected, cannot be planned for. With regards to our religious school, Biachad, what can be more important than providing a Jewish education to our children? Ellie Carter, who spoke so beautifully earlier, is a product of our religious school in BBYO. And while her parents deserve most of the credit, this place was an important part of her Jewish journey. As is the case at most synagogues, religious school tuition does not cover the full cost of the full cost per student. Your generous support will help make up that difference and hopefully inspire other young people like Ellie. Through our special arrangements program, we reduce the financial burden of dues on many of our qualifying congregants in need, maybe your friends, so that they may continue being part of our sacred community. Our pledge that no Jew will ever be turned away because of financial considerations is what we live by. Many of you over the last 2 or 3 years have generously committed to the Atid campaign, an effort overseen by the incredible dedication of Tara and Max Axler and their family and others. These funds will help secure the future needs, enhancements, growth of our sacred community. In contrast, our High Holy Days Yom Kippur appeal today raises funds to meet our operating and service needs now, this year, and keep our doors open. It allows us to balance our budget. Last year, about 1/2 of individual families or congregants donated to our High Holy Days Yom Kippur appeal. Is that the best we can do, 1/2? Is that reflective of the altruistic nature of this congregation? Larry and I will not allow ourselves to believe that this be the case. We see no reason, no matter what the size of the gift, why we cannot strive to reach 100% giving participation. It is written, allocate a portion of the harvest for the poor, not to the extent that you or your family experience hunger, but a portion above and beyond your needs, the blessing that God has bestowed upon you, to each what he or she can afford. My plea to you today, let's strive to do better. Let's work to ensure that the vital services, programs, and events which make our sacred community so special can continue and grow. Let us all commit today, here and now, to make our appeal pledge more meaningful than we ever have before. I know I will, I know Larry will, I know our trustees will. Now I am asking you to as well. You can contribute online or by emailing Executive Director Mark Block or by text. This information is going to be available in the library in printout form as you leave services today or by calling the offices after the holidays. In closing, my thanks to Rabbi Reiner and Cantor Debbie, our choir, and our talented musicians. I also wish to thank Mark Block and our staff. Thank you to our board and committees who not only support us financially like you, but donate hours of their time to make Shir Shalom what it is and hopefully better. Lastly, I want to thank all of you for being part of this community and in advance for your generosity. I know you will exercise for this year's appeal. Gamar Chatima Tova, may you be sealed in the book of life, one well lived, and L'Shana Tova.